Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here with more Fan Fridays, Darmanitan and Grass Rotom and Klefki. I like that. The opponent got that Landorus, so we're going to see how this battle ends up coming out. Darmanitan can be a very strong Pokemon, so we're going to see how this one ends up playing through against the Landorus. That doesn't seem like the greatest matchup. Most likely that Pokemon, yeah, with the Intimidate, too much threat, so we're going to see how this gets dealt with. Darmanitan is going to switch out, and that means we have Rotom coming in. Grass Rotom, what is this tech going to mean? I'm actually fairly excited to see. So Rotom is going to tank up that hit. Remember, even though it doesn't look like a washing machine, it's just as tanky as one, even though it's just a little lawnmower. So that's going to force the Landorus out. A lot of really crazy threats right there. You don't want to see a Will-O-Wisp land on that at all. So Venusaur is going to come in. Rotom Will-O-Wisping the Venusaur, most likely the Mega for this team. So we're going to see how that plays out against the Rotom. Yeah, there's still some big threat with that Sludge Bomb from Venusaur, so this could kind of get crazy, but that's why we have Klefki. Switching Klefki, and then now we don't have Sludge Bomb do anything. While Venusaur just sits back and takes free burn damage. So that's going to be the Mega Venusaur popping into the battle, and yeah, we just get to see how it plays out. Klefki doesn't have a lot of crazy things, but Venusaur doesn't have too much damage on Klefki. Leech Seed is a problem, so we're just going to watch the stall come through, or Venusaur is just going to withdraw, and now we have Conkeldurr come in. Klefki, so wait for the double switch, try to just outpredict the opponent, and then go back into Rotom to maybe eat the Leech Seed, or just anticipating that that's going to force out the Venusaur. So Rotom's going to Volt Switch from the Conkeldurr and just get a little bit of damage switching out right there. And what else is going to come back in? That's going to be Klefki. So we just have like a lot of weird switches to try to get the opponent to fall for something. Fire Punch, going to hit Klefki. You actually don't see Fire Punch too much in Conkeldurr, even though it is pretty solid. Like you have Mach Punch, you have Drain Punch, Ice Punch, and Knockoff generally. So that is some interesting tech. The Dazzling Gleam. So we got a bit of an offensive Klefki. Klefki's going to also eat the Drain Punch, so taking a bit of damage from that. And I think Dazzling Gleam might be enough damage. Oh, Rocky Helmet. Now it's definitely going to be enough damage. But Klefki is going to rest anyway. Okay, what is this Klefki? Rocky Helmet with Rest and Dazzling Gleam? It's working against Conkeldurr though. And Mach Punch. So the opponent tried to sneak in something, knock out Klefki. Klefki wasn't having any of that, and the Rocky Helmet is just going to hurt it even more. So anticipating the Drain Punch, you can use this to switch back into something else. That's going to be Darmanitan. So it's looking to just turn it into a quick cleanup. So Darmanitan going to eat that Drain Punch pretty well. Conkeldurr isn't going to be getting too much health back. Actually, does get a decent amount, and that's going to pop it into Zen Mode. So maybe this is supposed to be like intentional Zen Mode Darmanitan, and it is. We see the Psychic. So the idea is to find a strong hit, but a not too strong hit. That way you go into Zen Mode, and then you can do some craziness from there. So Zen Mode, super tanky, and has a super amount of special attack. So the Intimidate actually didn't mean anything from the Landorus earlier. Darmanitan's going to switch out, so now you just have this Pokemon you can bring in whatever. Rotom is going to be meant to try to handle this guy again. U-turn, so the opponent did predict that it was going into Rotom throughout the U-turn instead. Gets a solid super effective hit onto the Rotom right there. And now Venusaur versus the Rotom. Tough to see what's going on here, because Klefki is asleep. Rotom doesn't have too much. Venusaur is just going to come in and keep taking burn damage, though, so that might pay off. Venusaur already lost, what is that? That's over a quarter of its health, so it's about a third of its health just to all this ambient damage right there. Man, Landorus comes back in. So Landorus is going to get the Intimidate. Maybe trying to expect some kind of double switch. Rotom just went for the Pain Split, though. Heals up a good amount of damage. And now Landorus is actually taking some damage. Rotom back up to a really good health position. And Rotom switches out this time. Landorus stays in, it looks like. Might be going for another U-turn, though. And Darmanitan comes in. So, yeah, this is all kinds of craziness. Okay, so Zen Mode is lost when switched out. Very interesting. Sunk could do a crazy amount of damage. And then now Darmanitan. So Darmanitan's just there. Interesting. So we're going to see how this one ends up playing out. I'm actually very, very interested. So Zen Mode like applies at the end of the turn or after taking damage. So that's how it's triggered. I learned something today, and that's going to be a Custap Berry. Custap Zen Mode Darmanitan, everybody. Just anticipating, like, if you play around your opponent just right, you can take in the amount of damage that you need to. You can go into that Zen mode, use your super amount of special attack with that speed priority from the Custap Berry. Custap Berry is like Salak or any other berry like that, where if you have a quarter of your hit points or lower, you get to move first the next turn. So then it's like a free Quick Claw or guaranteed Quick Claw. So that Psychic was actually able to come in and destroy the Venusaur. And that was really crazy. The opponent ended up forfeiting. But what in the world was that? It was just pretty much, yeah, it was pretty much just dancing around, distributing the damage evenly across the team as you weakened your opponents, and then setting up the Zen Mode Darmanitan for the Custap Berry. Risky play, but it ends up paying off in something crazy. So that's actually pretty ridiculous. Now, we do have another one. I was only going to show one video. We do have another one with this Darmanitan, so let's see if we can find it. And apparently, I need to learn more about this. Like, I've heard about Darmanitan being able to be Zen mode, and that was actually some really good utilization of it right there. So as I type this in, also it looks like been doing more 2 battles for the Fan Fridays. Hope you guys are enjoying that. I kind of feel bad when I just put up a couple of 2 or 3 minute battles for the week. So making sure you guys get your money's worth, figuratively speaking. Even though technically speaking, with the ads, that's how it is. So we're going to have another video, and this is going to be the same team. Is Klefki just going to sweep, or we're going to see Darmanitan turn it around on the enemy team? This could get interesting. So Klefki leads against the Talonflame. Man, it's always that thing I feel like. I want Klefki to get going, but Talonflame is generally in the way. So we're going to switch out into the Darmanitan. Just going to make it happen. That's a Flare Blitz leading off right there, so Darmanitan is going to take some good damage, but not really enough damage. However, you know, Flare Blitz recoil, Darmanitan's still going to have a good amount of health. Withdraws the Talonflame, knowing Talonflame can't really do too much against it. I guess he's banded, so now you can also get the Scout off of that play as well, since he could have just switched into Brave Bird and done a lot of damage. So Darmanitan's going to substitute. And that's the trigger right there. So Darmanitan has Substitute to get itself into that low hit points situation. Sandstorm's going to come in. That's going to proc Zen mode. That's also going to trigger Custap Berry, I'm pretty sure. Right? So there's the Zen mode, and there's the Custap Berry. So, yeah, it looks like just through understanding the strategy enough, you can get it to work. And that's a Fire-type Pokemon using Grass Knot, because Zen mode, Darmanitan has like a crazy Psychic move pool, which could have Energy Ball or Grass Knot. So Darmanitan, with the Psychic, with the Grass Knot, Substitute, something else, gets the work done right there, and it's still in Substitute. So whatever Pokemon comes in to handle it is going to get blown up as well. Goes for the double switch, brings in Lucario, fakes the Lucario into Talonflame. Not really sure what the point is there. Oh, well, for the Flamethrower, I guess. So the Flamethrower is the other move. Gets a good prediction on the Flamethrower then. But now it's going to be close with that Sandstorm Buffet. I was thinking that maybe just go out and risk the Psychic for all that damage. Because depending on how much damage Darmanitan has, might not be a crazy amount of damage. So I'm going to switch out the Talonflame for that Darmanitan to come off the field. And now we're going to get that switch back into the Lucario. And that's what I was feeling. Oh, he just went for the Flamethrower anyway. Flamethrower is actually a really safe move option, because we already know that Flamethrower is going to be enough damage to finish off Talonflame. And it does one-hit KO the Lucario. And wait, I thought that the Substitute was going to break, honestly. That U-turn should have been enough damage, because I thought he gets the Psychic typing on top of that. And then the opponent forfeits because all he can do is break Substitute, but that's not really going to do enough. So that's Zen Mode Darmanitan. I'm just going to look it up really quick. That's tanky right there. Actually, oh yeah, since it's Fire Psychic, right, it's Fire Psychic. So that means it's going to be a neutral hit on that U-turn, and it wasn't enough, and then the opponent just gets blown up right there. And Zen Mode Darmanitan has a base, I'm trying to look up has a base special attack of 140. So if you go full hit point, full special attack investment, you can really do some serious damage right there. Really, really good stuff. So good job, JV. And you are on Fan Fridays for it, and we have more Fan Fridays coming up.